Alright, so another thing we'll be looking at today is chart customization, lesson 10.3. You can all agree with me that when you inside a chart without proper customization, you won't be really happy with the complete output of that chart. Alright, so creating a chart is just the first step. Then customizing your chart makes it clear, professional, and also easy to understand. A well-formatted chart communicates insights instantly. Alright, titles and labels, why they matter, they help us users understand what the chart represents, provides context for the data. Alright, and the best practice is to always include a clear chart title. Label, of course, know that x-axis speaks to the horizontal, while the y-axis speaks to vertical. Alright, so add data labels when necessary. Alright, so we have an example here. Let's grab this table and drop on Excel, and let's try to build a quick line chart with some customizations. Alright, so now the task here is to create a line chart and add chart title called the monthly sales trend and axis title called month sales. Alright, so let's try to quickly do that. Alright, so let's want to create a line chart. So we'll go to insert. So here under insert we have the charts. Alright, remember we're trying to create a line chart. Alright, so choose this line chart. Alright, so these are line charts, and we want this to change the title to, for it to communicate better, to monthly sales trend. Alright, this is our title. Alright, and one more thing we also want to do according to here is to axis title, or the axis title is going to be month sales. Alright, good. So for the axis title, we enable the axis title and name it month sales. Alright, so that's our axis title. Alright, so which other tags do we have here? We also want to add legends, and of course legend helps to explain what each color means, what each line means, and what each bar represents in a chart. And best practice while adding legend is to put the legend at the right bottom, right, and avoid covering important data while also adding those legends. Alright, so let's quickly add legend to our chart. So we can do that by clicking this plus sign and then selecting legend. Alright, so this legend helps us to actually understand what the data represents. Alright, so that's it. Alright, so I think we just have one color here, so legend is not really that necessary, but then it's also good for us to understand what a legend does in a chart. Alright, so it's just a simple line chart that shows trend of sales for each month. Alright, so we also be doing another task, and the task will be for us to create another line chart, but this time around it's going to be a double line chart. Alright, so here it is where you see how effective legends can be in Excel. Alright, so let's try to grab this and drop in Excel. So now I'm going to try something. Alright, so while highlighting this, I'm going to try to insert, let's see what it looks like, a line chart. Alright, so we can see we have a line chart here. Alright, and this line chart automatically picks this is the product, the product A values. Alright, these the product B values. Alright, so of course we know you can always clean up this heading for it to actually make more sense. Alright, and we can also add our title as usual. Alright, so let's see the task for the title. So alright, so for the title, let's just quickly create a title for this. So we can call it sales, product sales by month. Alright, products. Alright, or sales, we call it sales by products, monthly sales by product trend, monthly sales by products trend. Right, so I believe this explains that. Like me, for me, I like to remove these grid lines for it to look clean and to reduce the noise. You can always format your chart the way you want it to be. All right, so for now, let's leave it at that for now. All right, so we also be looking at other examples to actually understand more on how this chart works. So we've talked about adding title and also axis title. We also have talked about customizing legends. All right, so for the legend, you can always customize your legend the way it is. I think I've showcased that here already. We can see our legends here at the bottom showing what blue means and what this orange line speaks to. All right, so you can also add data labels. To add the data label, you can do that by just clicking here, clicking on the charts. I think I've done that before. You click on data label. All right, so this adds a label for each of the lines. All right, telling you what each month, what the value is for each month. All right, so that's it for this data customization. Right, so of course I also encourage us to do some practices to actually understand more on how to do this data visualization in Excel. We know that for effective communication, good visualization plays a very key role when you're trying to communicate with data. And one of the self-learning tips are these: always add titles and add label axis. All right. Keep charts simple and clean. Use formatting to highlight key insights. Avoid too many colors, unnecessary elements, and practice improving existing charts. All right. And after learning this particular lesson, you should be able to add title and axis label, use legends effectively, apply professional formatting style, improve chart clarity and readability, and create polished presentation ready charts. All right. After this, there will be some assignments, but I think for the sake of this video and for the sake of this lesson video, I think I'll be closing the curtain here for now. Thank you and cheers. See you soon.